Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Skye and Evan in the morning. And today we're going to be talking about Anna in the Apocalypse, movie I had never heard of before, but it actually stars Ella Hunt, and I really like her, so that was fun. Um,
Most people probably wouldn't have heard of this one. It's
yeah,
really obscure and it never really like picked up steam after it first came out.
yeah,
It's a small one.
but yeah, how you doing, Evan?
I'm doing very well, Skye.
Good, good. Um, okay, so Anna in the Apocalypse, it was your recommendation, and I really
It
enjoyed
was
it. I
indeed.
really, really liked it.
I'm glad. It's I would only have known about this movie. I wouldn't have known about it if it were for the Ken Cinema. I They played super obscure movies, and I remember my older brother recommended this one to me. Like he went to high school during that like whole High School Musical era. Like that was just kind of more part of his generation, and the writer was hugely inspired by High School Musical. You can tell, like
Yeah,
it's all over here, but it's it's such a wild little movie that like not a lot of people know about, but that I think is really overlooked. I wish this were more of like a modern Christmas classic because there's not a lot of them. There's not a lot of movies that have come out recently that everyone's like Red One just came out, and apparently that one is awful. So not too many new Christmas movies are coming out that are great, and this is one that I would put in like the positive pile.
yeah. I mean, other than Klaus, I don't think there's any movie that any Christmas movie that's come out recently that I really have enjoyed. Other than this, I guess it's
Yep.
it is interesting to think that the the Christmas movie genre is kind of dying. It is a shame.
Yeah, I, I I don't know exactly what that is. I mean, I suppose I do. I think it's part of it is like it's the whole Red One thing of like the the spirit of Christmas like being deconstructed. Everyone's deconstructing everything nowadays. It's like I don't know, and I don't know. Maybe as well. Like we're stuck to like the old classics. I mean, we are in a lot of ways, but with Christmas movies particularly, there's like those that are established as the Christmas movies.
Oh
But
yeah.
so I I could potentially go line by line with this one. I definitely want to go line by line with all the music. I want to talk about all the songs because I
Oh yeah. I really really like the music. Um, yeah, there's just one thing that bothered me with this movie. The only
ooh,
thing that genuinely like I didn't enjoy, and it was the ending. It was so depressing. I did the way this
well,
movie was going, I was not expecting the ending to be that depressing. Like I
all right.
didn't think
Well,
it fit the tone of the movie all that well.
to pause by the way, I was gonna do this with the substance. We're gonna spoil and ruin everything. I There's a chance you've never seen this movie. Don't look anything up and just watch it for yourself. We're gonna spoil and ruin everything. Uh yeah, lots of people die at the end. And is it that her dad dies that you think is like bleak, or what do you think is like the depressing note? I
Cause
think it's
like
surprisingly optimistic.
I mean,
Like
it's not really optimistic when everyone dies, right? Like all of them, like
they
all of
managed to
the
get
main
away and
characters die except for three of them: Steph, Anna, and the jock guy. I forgot his name. But the dad dies. The best friend dies. Josh. The the girl who's also her friend dies, and her boyfriend.
it,
Like it's a lot of people dying, and like there isn't like the because like when I because this movie's compared a lot to Shaun of the Dead, rightfully so. It feels like a
yeah.
musical Shaun of the Dead. Um,
I'm sure it was like part of the inspiration.
oh
Like
yeah, for sure.
there's certain ones you can't help. You're like you totally were. This is Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah. Um, and with Shaun of the Dead, there's this thing in the end where the military just shows up and kind of solves everything. And it's kind of what you'd expect from a movie like this, where you wouldn't have it so everyone dies. You'd have the main character survive because it is such a happy-go-lucky like musical movie. But everyone dies, and like the note we end on is that like some of them survive, but they don't even know what to do. Like the last line in the movie is Steph asking, "So now what?" It's so depressing.
I think the characters that die find peace. Like the couple like
Oh,
dies
no,
as a
they
couple. Like
find
they're in the
peace.
same
Like
room and
it's
it,
just the it's just depressing. I don't know how else to
everyone.
describe it. I mean, they all die.
would I would say I was surprised with just how many they kill. They kill
Yeah.
4 of the main characters that I was like, "Hot damn, man, you couldn't have like subtracted 1?"
Yeah,
Like,
and I thought it was only gonna be Josh, right? And then but they also like had it so the military all died. So it's like it's an entirely hopeless situation. If you need to think like, oh yeah, these 3 survived. I don't think they're gonna survive for long. Basically the world is doomed. I don't
yeah,
feel that
it depends.
optimistic about the
It
future of this
depends what's
universe.
out there, but I'm more on the optimistic side than anything else. It is it's uncertain. It's an uncertain ending and perhaps a little unsatisfying that it like I'm not sure what would be the better note to end this movie on because like it was always going to end at the school. It's just a matter of like
I just thought it would be like all of these friends, they all together, they find her dad and everyone's fine, and then the military show up and kind of solves the issues, like in Shaun of the Dead, basically. But it's not what happens. The
would it have
military
been
dies
better if
halfway
you
through.
had the same kind of ending but not all the characters had died?
I think it would have been better if more of them had survived. Yeah, I mean, I think if it had only been like Josh died, I'd have been fine with it because like that is like a big deal and everything. Like the other deaths don't feel as necessary. Maybe the dad does, but still, I think the dad surviving would have been a better note to end on.
Low key, I was actually a little confused this time around. When did he get bit? Was it before
I
or
don't know. I think it was just off
'cause
screen. I don't think there's like an indication.
yeah, I was wondering if it was when he was like hanging him over the like audience or something, but I'm like, when would he
Yeah,
have gotten bit on the leg for
there's never
that?
like
Like,
an insert shot or anything, so it's just I just assume. Yeah, I think you just gotta assume.
I don't know. It was interesting.
Yeah,
Uh, okay, I want to go in order for the songs,
yeah,
as well as some of the fucking. So, okay, Paul K is a huge reason why this movie works so well. I hadn't watched Game of Thrones when I watched this movie in theaters, but oh my god, this guy chews up every scene he's in. Like one of the best like principal characters, like villain principals. He is completely unhinged and
yeah.
strict. I
I mean,
love
he
him.
feels
Really good
straight out of an
performance.
Edgar Wright movie. It's part of what makes this feel so much um like Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of
Like
the Dead.
he feels like he came out of an Edgar Wright movie. Now, yeah, a lot of the film is that way, and it is part of the parcel for it being like a a British movie as well. But yeah, I really liked him. I thought he was hilarious. And he has the best songs. Like all of his songs are bangers.
Dude, Nothing's Gonna Stop Me Now is so fucking funny. It's such an amazing like villain song because he's like leading into it. Like I always love villain songs when they are like blissful and gleeful. It's
Yeah.
like and he has the perfect execution of that. Yeah, definitely some of the better songs in the movie from him. Where do you know the actress that plays Anna? I noticed that she's become a bit of a someone. This was a
Yeah.
really early role for
I know
her.
her from Dickinson, the show she did
Ah,
with Haley
what
Steinfeld.
was that any good or
Yeah.
it was on that?
I mean, I haven't watched all of it. Just watched a couple episodes and it was a while back. Um I just
Hmm.
know more of her than like having seen the show myself, but from what I've seen it's pretty good. And it got pretty popular, mostly because, you know, lesbians, but yeah.
I mean, realistically, that's why I didn't watch it because it was just like it's like, oh, Dickinson, but lesbians. I'm like, all right. It's like, I mean, I'm sure Haley Steinfeld's probably a good cast. I just don't know anything about it, but I would definitely watch it.
Mm,
She's also, I noticed she's in Kevin Costner's Horizon series. That
yeah.
again is getting kind of weird reviews, but it's good for her that she's working directly with Kevin Costner and she's actually like one of the leads, I think. So
Yeah, seems like she's
she's getting a
becoming
career.
a big name now.
So starting off the songs, Breakaway, I was mentioning this before we started recording, but a criticism that I do have with this movie is that certain song and dance sequences are better than others, and this is one of them because it really is just the characters like walking around or just
Well,
sitting down and they're
that's
like
the kind of thing that I
they're,
found so funny because some of the sequences are like, whoa, this is super elaborate and a bunch of shit happening, and some others are just like the characters standing around. The one like talking about like the human connection or something. I think
human voice. Yeah.
human voice. Yeah, that one is just them literally standing around and looking into the horizon. I thought that was so funny. Like no one dancing at all. Like characters just sitting down or just standing there.
I feel a little better about that one because at the least, like they're stuck in that scene, and
Oh
that's
no,
the whole
yeah,
point.
it
Like they
makes
would
a
just cut
little
up to
bit
the
more
internet,
sense,
but
like narratively. It was just so funny because they weren't doing anything, and I was like, "Are you like not gonna try and feel the song? You're just gonna stand there?" But yeah, it makes sense, like narratively.
yeah, this one again, you could lean into that. It's like, well, they want to break away, right? Don't they all feel like stuck? It's like, yeah, but it's just hilarious that they're singing to these notes when like Anna's literally just sitting down at the stairs. It's like, I don't know. I love the song, but the the actual sequence is a little underwhelming in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. Feel that way
Um,
about half the sequences, so it is an interesting. It's an interesting one.
I imagine No Such Thing as a Hollywood Ending is not one of said
That
sequences.
is a great sequence. Fucking love that one.
Oh my god. Probably the highlight. It's the most in line with the musical. It's the most elaborate, like they choreograph dance. There's like a lot of moving around like between the shot, like going from left to right and forward to backwards. It like they make it a really interesting scene. You explore some of the characters and I'd argue it's probably the most memorable song in the movie. I don't know which was your favorite. They're all bangers, but I
That
this
was
is a
probably
great
the most
song.
memorable. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's definitely the one I remember the most.
Yeah. I love it. It's and and it's funny too, no such thing as a Hollywood ending. It's just it hints a little bit about like how bleak the ending is gonna be
Yeah,
and the unconventional like main characters like with John getting just straight up friend zoned essentially at the end, which basically facilitates his death. Like
yeah.
he almost runs out of character at the end. So
Oh yeah, that's what I thought was interesting because I the way the movie was going, I would have guessed that they would have ended up together, but they actually don't. It's just like you're my best friend. I was like, oh, they're doing it actually. I like that. I don't like
so
the cliche of like, oh, he has feelings for her, and then he's gonna do something super heroic and save her, and then they're gonna be together by the end, and they didn't do that. So
it's it's just a more nuanced angle on it too. It's just realistic how they play it. They don't usually even say anything about it. You can tell he cares about her and just she sees him as a friend and it's a sad thing to see, but like you get it just based on how the characters talk to each other.
yeah,
So
it's all like subtextual. There isn't like any actual um explicit lines about it as well, which helps as well to just make it feel more natural.
yeah. Skipping ahead on the soundtrack, the fish rap, I think that's actually what it is called. Oh my god, this is one of my favorite self-aware cringe moments in a movie. The song is so stupid, and like these little hula hoops inside the penguin costumes. It is hilarious. Hilarious. Like you could hardly call it like a song, but it's on the actual soundtrack. You
It
could
is
listen
is it
to it.
actually?
Yes, it's great. Yeah, I not much can be said about it. It's self-aware cringe. It's really funny. The actors that are there like give it their all, and whoever made that song, you're a genius. Yeah, I love it. And then you you have the sexually evocative Christmas
I
song.
thought that was hilarious because it was starting. I was like, okay, this is a pretty good song. Like a lot better than I was expecting for a school play. And then uh Anna's
And
dad
like the
laughs, and you're just like, wait a minute, what is this
yeah,
about?
you get the guys with shorts and suspenders coming out as
Yeah, that was
well.
hilarious. Just see everyone coming out, and I'm like, wait a second.
What I was laughing about is of like, this is Euphoria season 2 done right. This is something that I could see just getting by, but they play it realistically with how the crowd's reacting and how the principal reacts. Oh my god, it's funny. And as well as that, I like that there's more of a scene going on. They establish the zombies like outside, and you don't just get the entire song because part of the song is like the joke of it itself. It's not, you don't exactly listen to that one for how it is. Though she has a really good voice.
She
Like I
does.
it's a soulful song as funny as it is.
Yes. Pornographic as it is a very, very interesting song. I was kind of hoping she'd have more of a role in the movie, to be honest, and because a lot of the movies she's
Yeah.
just stuck with her boyfriend's grandma and not really doing much because she's at the school while the characters are elsewhere. But I liked her like I guess her ending with her boyfriend. I thought that was sweet. I guess so.
Yeah. She's also pretty optimistic. You do have that one scene with the principal that was pretty like standoffish that I liked. So
Yeah.
oh man. The something that I again, we've talked before we started recording, but like I'm struggling to come up with like what criticisms I had with this movie because like I apparently thought this was not as good as I think now.
Uh-huh.
And one of them is just the basic cinematography and how the movie looks. Like this movie looks really, really good.
It does.
It's got vibrant colors. There's like a lot of interesting especially with like how they light the sets. It's Christmas, but just there's more vivid colors than you'd expect with a movie like this, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like the ball pit, for instance. That's something that they keep coming back to. It's a memorable like visual thing, and like it doesn't make a lot of sense. The characters just end up in the ball pit like after human voice, and then they flip it upside down. But they have a lot of like creative choices to make this movie like vivid and interesting, and I I appreciate the craft on screen. Like this movie looks and sounds really good.
Yeah, it's just a genuinely like really, really well made movie.
Yeah, the director. This maybe I'll wait to get through all the songs before going into this. So the next one is what am I saying?
The next song.
What the hell is it called? Turning My Life Around. That's what it's called, right? Yeah. The elaborate the final like zombie invasion scene, which very very reminiscent of Shaun of the Dead. Like this is one of those like you could call it homage, but it's like the walking through town and everything is destroyed.
Yeah, and you don't notice it. It's
This,
great. That song was hilarious. I was laughing so much during it because they're both so animated and they're so like, yeah, I'm gonna turn my life around. Everything's gonna be better from now on. While the world is getting destroyed in the background, and there's one moment where this lady is like trying to talk to Anna. It's fucking hilarious. She's like, "What are you doing? Get out of here!" And she's just singing and happy in the foreground. It's great.
it's funny too because they make the headphones super prominent and like
Yeah.
both of them are listening to music, so that's supposed to be like why they're not hearing anybody
Yeah,
or
exactly.
seemingly seeing
It's
anything.
great.
Yeah, I love it. Again with the criticisms that I had. I remember this sequence being a little more underwhelming, and there you can tell they're on a budget with how many zombies they can put into frame. But for this shot, even if this was maybe a like one take oneer, I'm figuring because they would have had to have shut down like this particular street and probably gotten permission from all the houses to do this. Like I'm wondering how many chances they had to get this shot of Anna like walking through and then going through because the coverage probably would have been easier afterwards of like the individual shots of people getting attacked. But this might be the most expensive shot in the movie. This seemed like the most elaborate and insane, and it's impressive to see them achieve something like this, something even if it's not like as like well choreographed or like dance, because it's zombies inside of the scene, but like
Yeah.
it's an impressive looking shot, an impressive looking sequence.
Yeah, it's not like it's La La Land, but I think it's really cool.
Again, though, that's my frustration. Some scenes are La La Land. Some scenes are like actually peak musical, and I'm like, God damn it, why couldn't all of them be like that? I'm like, well,
Money.
maybe I'm being a little unfair.
Yeah, I don't know, because like I even agree with you. Like the deep sequences, there are a lot of them that are underwhelming, I guess. But it doesn't really bother me. Like I watched the movie, I was just like, it's fair. Like it's kind of funny, but it's kind of charming that they're kind of a lot of some of these sequences are kind of bad because it's just like it's the budget. What else can they do? So like I'm usually very forgiving when it comes to budget, but I understand it can be like frustrating, but I don't find it frustrating personally.
Well, I think something that helps is how good the music itself is. Like
Uh-huh.
it's often one of those things where you don't necessarily need the choreography to be super elaborate as long as the songs are good.
Yeah.
So yeah, they dance through the town, ignoring all the insanity, and end up in the graveyard. No idea why they meet here, though. I do. It's probably a reference to Night of the Living Dead's opening, which clever little thing if so. But it's just they end up at the cemetery and they find a snowman zombie with like there's a couple of zombie designs in this movie that are like really memorable, and this is one of them. Like a snowman costume with like its face just cut open and a zombie inside. There's also a zombie Santa at the end that they use for a jump scare, who's also in another sequence. But
Yeah, and I mean,
it,
he was referenced in the beginning of the movie, the very first scene. They said a certain mall Santa was uh was sick with the flu, and then she changes the radio to play music instead. And I was like, I'm sure that'll come back, and it does. We see the mall Santa, when they go into the mall later. I thought that was cool.
yeah, it's hilarious. It's a classic thing. I mean, they're doing it in this as well, where they're ignoring like obvious clues. But that's
Well,
another.
yeah, it's the same thing as Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah. There's a lot of this where, like I was saying, High School Musical and certain like things where you're like, hey, you're referencing that, but like there's just so much Shaun of the Dead, and like
Yeah.
I completely get it though, because it's
I mean, yeah,
different
when you're
premise.
making like a comedic zombie movie, you are gonna take from Shaun of the Dead, right? Like there's not much you can do. Like that movie is the blueprint for this, so it's understandable. And it's a movie I love, so just seeing all the references to it is just fun. I don't find it like it's stealing from Shaun of the Dead. Because like it feels like it's original story, especially because it's a musical as well as a zombie
Yeah,
movie. So like it just feels like it's a movie paying homage to a movie that inspired it instead of being like, you know, taking stuff from it and saying it's their own.
yeah, it's definitely not like a rip off. It's an inspirational thing.
Yeah.
We haven't addressed the elephant in the room. Christmas zombie musical. This movie is there really is nothing like it. I would dare you to find a movie that's similar to this film, and nonetheless works as well as it does. This is a very risky movie that like not a lot of people would think could work, and I think it genuinely does.
Yeah.
It's a wild premise, but I love it. Christmas zombie musical.
Well, it was the way you described it when you were recommending it to me, because last night I was editing the last episode, and I just got to the end. Like, there's this lovely little movie that is a Christmas zombie musical. It's just like it's such a funny description. Like, what does that mean? And when you watch this movie, you understand what it means. But it is interesting. It's not what you would expect. It's hard to describe this movie. It genuinely is a Christmas zombie movie. In all like while fitting all three genres really well. Like it is a musical for sure. It's not scared of being a musical. It is a zombie movie for sure, and it is a Christmas movie. It has the vibe of a Christmas movie as well, which is just being set during Christmas. It is it's it's an
Yeah.
interesting movie.
Well, it's the same achievement that Shaun of the Dead did. Like Shaun of the Dead combined horror, like zombie horror with comedy, and it
Uh-huh.
did it really well. Like, I mean, that's what the Cornetto trilogy is almost all about, because like the same thing is kind of done with Hot Fuzz with action, though it's more like a subversion of the genre. But
Yeah.
like they really did combine all three genres well, if you ask me. I think all of them are handled pretty well, and even the horror elements, even the zombie, like I I I think there's a couple of scenes that are actually a little bit unnerving.
Oh yeah.
So Human Voice is the next song on the album. You were mentioning like the slightly underwhelming. I mean, they literally are just kind of standing around.
Yeah.
There's like the flares or whatever. I'm not. That's a zombie cliche I've never understood. Is just the random bombings or
I
explosions. I
thought
don't
that
know if
was
they're meant to
funny
be like
because the guy said
airstrikes or.
it's probably fine. They probably need to be blowing stuff up. That was a hilarious line because, like, what does that mean? I don't know. It's just what you get from the zombie movies. So I thought that was great.
Yeah, it's always a cliche I've never got, but they lead into it a little bit here, because that's the thing. You're just seeing just explosion after explosion. It's like flares, and obviously, like they just have the lights and are striking on and off. But like, I, it's a vivid thing, like them all like looking out the window and like their faces being lit up by the explosions and the fires outside. So,
Yeah.
and yeah,
It is a pretty
honestly,
good
like
song as well. Like, I really like the lyrics and
it is.
everything. Like, I think it's honestly one of the highlights. I thought that was so interesting. Like, you need a human voice because, like, you're so far apart and you're just trying to find a sort of connection through your phones because it's the only way to connect to the people you love, and you just need a human voice to tell you that everything's gonna be okay. And when the entire point is that these kids are looking for like their parents, or the one kid looking for his girlfriend and his grandma. Like, you're looking for a connection, a human connection. So all you need is human voice to make you feel good again despite the end of the world. Like, I thought that was a really good song.
Yeah. The lyrics as well are cooking. That fucking lyric, we've become technology made of code and binary. What the hell is left of me? Like, it's it's a crazy thing. It's like end of the world scenario, and like all their phones and internet and everything that connected them is just gone all of a sudden. And it's what you were saying. It's like they want human connection.
Yeah.
They want like genuine human connection after their technology has been deprived. And I it's really good. Like the lyrics are actually pretty heartfelt and interesting, and it's a good song.
Yeah.
Like I said, I- I'd have to think if I find the lack of like intriguing setup here in like a flaw. But honestly, as I sit here now, I think this works better than Breakaway, for the characters being stuck and
Oh yeah.
just singing basically in despair.
Yeah, I think it works
It's
better. Like,
yeah.
eh, what's the name of the girl who does the suggestive song? The friend who's
Oh
stuck
man,
with the grandma.
I'm forgetting all the names. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
What is it? Lisa? It's Lisa. Yeah, yeah.
Lisa. Yeah. Because, like, she's singing and she's just sitting down next to be the grandma, but like, I kind of that for her, I think it fits better. The other ones, they're just standing around and it kind of feels like they're about to break into dance and they're not. Whereas for her, she's just like contemplatively just sitting there and singing to herself. I think that works better for her. Like, if the other characters were also just sitting around or like standing around doing something, like Steph was earlier just like in front of her computer, um like, that would have worked better than just standing and looking out the window, because I thought that was a little bit cheesy, I guess.
Yeah. Dig it. So to pause here, when we're at the ball pit of all things, did you mentioned which side are you on?
Yeah.
Uh, was that in the actual movie for you?
Yeah.
You may have watched the director's cut. Was there another song called "Some Things Will Never Change"?
Yeah.
You probably watched the director's cut then. Shit, I
I did not
I
know there was a director's cut.
there
Oh
is, and
yeah, it's
apparently
called
those
Extended. Yeah, I just realized the name of the file is End in the Apocalypse 2017 Extended. I didn't realize that. Well, that's a good thing. I watched the extended. I like watching the extended versions. Um,
interesting. Those were the 2 songs that got the can, and I just watched them today. They're really good too.
I mean, I love Which Side Are You On? I think it's a banger of a song. And I
Yeah,
think it helps to understand the principal as a character more for later on when he becomes crazy insane. I think it works really well.
well, as well as that, the dad got some pipes. I'm
Yeah.
blown away that the 2 songs that he did were subtracted because I'm like, dude, that sucks. I genuinely didn't know the guy could sing until I watched him just this morning. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That is a shame that
it,
they're not in the theatrical version. I did not
well,
expect that. Like the movie felt like a pretty complete package. It didn't feel like there wasn't anything needed to be cut down on. But it does make sense because you said I think the movie's 90 minutes bang on. And I was like, it says 1 hour 48. Now I understand why. There are two
well, yeah,
extra scenes.
that's probably why they subtracted some stuff. I'm not sure if there's any scenes they cut out or if they just cut out the songs, but yeah, it's I get why for runtime, but these are both great. So Some Things Will Never Change is his song. What is his name? Tony, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um the it's Tony's song about, like, kind of the strange relationship with Anna and, her growing up, which, it's a cliched thing, the whole, daughter trying to get away and like the overprotective, maybe like, overbearing dad. But again, we were talking about this with John and Anna's relationship. Like they don't play it the cliched route. They play it pretty realistically and maturely,
Yeah.
and I like how that scene is done. So
Is his name John? I thought it was Josh.
I could have sworn it was John. I think you said Josh earlier. It's
I
John.
it's John.
Malcolm
Okay.
Cummings is John.
Then it's my bad. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, and then Which Side Are You On is this one. Actually, I liked the dance. It's more reserved because it's in the same location as what am I saying? No Such Thing as a Hollywood Ending. That might actually be one of the reasons this song got the shaft. But I love how the crowd changes. They side with Tony later on, and they start singing in unison with him. And there's
Yeah.
also like a dancing around each other thing between them that was interesting. Like, again, which side are you on? And both of them are just powerhouses because I swear they. It's funny, Tony. What is his name? His name is Mark Benton. Yeah, he has pipes.
Yeah.
He really sang well. Like I get if they had to trim it down for runtime, but it's a shame because he's really good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that song. I mean, I only mentioned one song to you while I was watching. It's funny that it was the only one that was cut.
Yeah, I found out about the cut songs when I was looking into it earlier this week, so I just didn't watch them. I'm surprised. I actually knew relatively little about this movie.
Uh-huh.
So, Soldier at War is next, and oh my god, this is in the top 3 for me. It's so fucking funny, and Ben
Yeah.
Wiggins is really good. I will say this is probably the most disappointing for a song versus the dance. Like,
Yeah.
there's barely any zombies, and they just kind of stand around and
And all
get
they do
killed.
is like bash the head in. Like there's not anything clever or
Yeah.
imaginative about the way they kill the zombies. It's just like a bat to the head, boom, dead. Like, cause like he even says when he's starting the song, like, like unleash your imagination. I was like, oh, it's gonna be some cool kills now, but it wasn't. It was just like hitting them.
Yeah. Like killing someone with like a corded like game controller was basically like the one. And I'll admit they do some funny stuff in the actual seed, like the watermelon, like
The
head
watermelon, I
bash, like
like that. Yeah.
I also love that completely random shot of the guy with the water bottle, like just pouring it on himself for no reason.
Yeah.
It's slow. there's some fun stuff in that regard, but I'd call it a kind of underwhelming like dance scene considering how peak the song is and how bold it is. Like it is a song about like the bliss of fighting zombies, and all things considered, like they're kind of just going about it casually. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Love the song, don't love the scene, but interesting reincorporation for Ben Wiggins as well. He joins the group, so and you know, you get the different mentalities of the two different groups inside of this scene.
Yeah. And you do kind of get like he basically becomes a character by that point, like one of the main characters. Because before then he was just like a
Oh,
device for Anna's character, but then he joins the group and it's just like he actually becomes a character and he talks about having to kill his dad and everything. It's like, okay.
yeah.
Like I was not
Which
expecting this from him.
no, and it's crazy because I love that moment retrospectively. She asks him about her dad, and then he freaks out on her like immediately.
Uh-huh.
And it's one of those things that at first you're just like, oh, he's just being a jerk, but then later on you're like, oh wow, that's why he reacted that way. It's yeah, he does a good job. It's
Yeah.
it's funny too. Again, another like anti-cliche character. Like they play him up as like the, you know, jock type character, but he he shows his heart, and he you know, sacrifices himself at the end, or at least like, you know, buys Anna some time, and then he comes out and, you know, he's one of the last ones standing. So
Yeah.
I dig. This must have been which side? So which side are you on? Is that did that happen right after Soldier at War?
I think it happened before.
Huh. Maybe they cut out a sequence then at the school, because right after that is when he goes insane and lets the zombies in.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like quite a bit before he lets the zombies in.
Interesting. That's probably what that was then. That was meant to be set up for this. I actually don't think you necessarily need it, because you already had that scene where what does humanity do when it's pushed to the brink, and we prioritize. It's like, and I mean, like, it's
Oh
not
yeah,
like you need excuses for
the
this guy to lose
prioritized
his
thing
mind.
was it happened later after the song. Um so by that point it is like building on the song.
Oh wow, that must have happened early then. If that happened before that scene, but before Human Voice.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, I gotta watch the director's cut. I didn't know there was one. um. So yeah, you're actually starved of music for a while here until they get to the school. So we mentioned this, but yeah, so the shopping cart is pretty ingenious here. They're like both carrying each other, and then that's the line, like, "You're my best friend," and then she reaffirms it,
You're
and
my
then
best friend.
switch. Yeah, switch, and then he gets inside of the shopping cart. It's yeah, really good stuff. Both actors play it very right, and yeah. From there, you get the Christmas tree farm, which one of the things I was laughing about is that they have the guy with the phone leading for some reason. Like, he's using it to like see around corners, which I was like, oh, that's cool. But then they just kind of walk into the Christmas trees, and it's like, guys, they could be anywhere. But yeah, this scene leans more, because like a lot of the other scenes were just like played into the musical side. This is the and you know, it's towards the last part of the movie, but this is where like characters start dying. I mean, all of what's his name? Nick. All of Nick's friends get killed. They just turn into zombies, and he has to leave them behind. So, and then John gets killed at the end of the scene. So blood spilt,
Yeah.
and it's pretty. It's honestly like a bleaker like turn for the movie. It's almost I feel like the movie becomes less of a musical towards the end, and then like the musical aspects come back when the characters like start finding victory.
Yeah.
It's pretty clever, honestly. So they arrive at the school and you get Nothing's Gonna Stop Me Now. Oh my god, I mentioned it already, but holy shit. There's not even anything to this. This is because really, whenever you cut back to the actual scene, they just have like the tables set up and like there's always a crowd that they're just holding back. It's all him and him like banging on the like little cage in between and like kicking like dishes inside of the kitchen. It's like I I love it. I love it in terms of a villain song. And yeah,
Yeah.
you were saying it, Paul K, like huge standout in this movie.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. I love that song so much. Just like so purely evil. Like just like
It's what I always go with for like probably my favorite villain song. I'm actually curious what you might say here. What is your favorite villain song in like a musical?
uh does Welcome to the Internet count?
It should. From a musical, from like something, I mean, inside and all that, but like from a more song and dance
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Don't think I've watched that many musicals. Um, oh, uh, there's a song from the Doctor Who episode came out this year. Um, I don't. It's gonna be
A
hard to
musical?
explain.
Like a
There
villain
is
song?
there is
Or?
a musical episode, yeah, because the villain is like the embodiment of music, so it is quite cool.
Interesting. Wow. Huh.
Yeah, it's like a musical episode.
I,
So yeah.
what I would cite as probably one of my favorite is Oogie Boogie's song from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Uh-huh.
And one of the reasons for it is the actor himself. Like he he has this voice that is very like he hits high notes and like it's got a very like cheerful sound to his voice and leans. It's like
Well, it actually
it's
reminded me of another one that I would cite as one of my favorites. Is from the Lion King, the
be
Very
prepared.
Prepared. Yeah.
Oh yeah, classic. But in both of those, I mean, in any villain song, it needs to be like that. They need to genuinely be singing for the same reasons that the other characters are. They usually it's when they hit a very high point, and that's exactly it. It's like let's let's talk about the lyrics as well. It's basically him like with all his vent up like frustrations at being a principal and like his insecurities as a person, and he's like taking pride in just killing everyone at the school.
Yeah. So funny.
All you always speaking, tweeting every thought inside your vacuous heads. It's like, oh my god. It's it's amazing.
Yeah.
Definitely a highlight villain song in this movie.
What does he say? He says like I got power right when like the right moment. It was just like the world ended and that's the moment where you finally get power and that's the right moment. Thought it was hilarious.
And the ending, I've been calling you zombies for years. Now fuck off. Oh, it's so petty, so amazing,
Yeah.
and yeah, Paul K killing it. So, from there, the characters manage to escape. They just knock it open. It's like, okay. And then the grandmother, who by the way, I forgot about that like tiny little moment with her where Lisa's like talking to her and she basically like says like the doctors couldn't fix me. Like what do you think
Teachers are
teachers
gonna
are gonna
do.
do?
Yeah.
It's like I liked that, shows she's kind of tough and in the face of the bad odds, but yeah, she ends up dying and all the characters react, but I'm just like, man, they gave her a little bit and it's a cool moment that yeah, she didn't turn and she just passed away because of her heart. So
Yeah. And it is interesting that Lisa was just like standing there with her, like she didn't abandon her or anything to like hide. She was still there, like she still cared about this woman she met like a day before. Like thought that was a nice moment for Lisa as well.
hmm And we mentioned already Nick and killing his dad.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention as well, just on a basic level, like Soldier at War, it's thematic because his dad's a soldier. Like
Yeah.
it's a clever thing to do. You know, he aspires he probably would have been one as well. I mean, you know, there's this. It seems like they don't have the best relationships, but you never know. There's, I mean, whole thing of sons becoming their fathers.
Yeah.
So from here we get characters going for their keys, trying to get the car out of here. I will say the excuse for killing. I'd say the couple, Lisa. What is his name? Is it Chris?
I
I think
think
it's
so. Yeah, I
Chris.
think it's Chris.
Lisa and Chris. What facilitates their death is a little cheap. Like
Yeah.
they basically just need to create a distraction, and they decide to use the TV, and it's like. I mean, it's a double-edged sword in the actual scene because obviously they're trying to like not to make noise and like get themselves caught, but it's just a little arbitrary. I suppose they kind of wanted the characters to die together, which I think it's kind of touching, but it's just a little cheap how it happens, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's just the fucking like low battery that they had established earlier. It was like in the middle of them in like the mall or whatever, and it's just like 30% battery left. I was like, okay, what's gonna happen when the battery like goes out? There's just like battery goes out, suddenly the zombies are awake. Like I was confused of what happened there. Like, it's like surely the noise would have just come from the TV anyway. I thought that was confusing. They just wanted a reason to kill off those two.
Basically, it's not the greatest of the deaths in this movie, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And then we get the penultimate song. I actually don't know what this one is called. Let me look it up. What would it have been?
You're asking me to go off memory, and I'm afraid my memory's not good enough for that.
Give them a show. Of course, it's called that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah. Something that I love about this, and this is what you get a hint of now. I know with which side are you on? We've talked about this with Hazbin Hotel as well, but I love musical scenes where it's almost like a clash. It's like a fighting of the song,
Uh-huh.
and this is a perfect example of that. It's the villain and the hero singing in like a third act fight, basically, and you get them like sparring with the song, sparring with the lyrics. It's a clever thing to do with musicals because you don't always want it to just be some song about like how, I mean, that's the cliche of musicals, isn't it? Like it's all cheerful and perky, and it's like not all musicals are like that, but I like when you get creative with like the actual characters in the scene and have character going on with the music, especially with like characters who have different moral principles.
Yeah, I mean that was a really interesting song. Like they had, that's what's usually just like the mark of a good musical is when you have like the villain and the hero singing the same thing, but they're both like have very opposite reasons for singing it, which was cool. Like him just wanting to like basically prove himself right that the world doesn't deserve to continue existing, that people are awful, and her thinking that saying that there's hope and she's still gonna fight, and she's like she's gonna you know give them a show, to try and save the world. Like she's gonna die trying to save the world, and he's just gonna like die putting on a show because
Burn it all
burn it all down. Yeah, it's like very different points of view, but very like interesting. Like they're singing the same thing. It is cool. I like that.
Yeah, one character fighting for her dad, and one character is like just wants to watch the show as it were.
Yeah.
So from here, it's so funny. I actually didn't even remember if this was a detail that actually came to fruition, but when I watched it, I'm like, oh man, that is the most like setup of setups ever. Is the star in the like when they're rehearsing the play, I'm like, "That's gonna come later." And yeah, he gets taken up as a star and classic, just, the zombies ripping him apart, taking his intestines out, so
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be do like a thing where these people don't kill like human beings, like the main group is like they're gonna let him live and everything, but no, they actually end up killing him. I think it's fine. It's just because
yeah.
like the morality of like superhero movies and like zombie movies is always interesting to think about because you think like normal people would they kill humans? Like this is their principle. He may be a terrible person, but like you're not gonna kill a person, right? And like, I don't know if the movie is willing to like go that far or not. It's always interesting with movies like this. I always find it interesting.
Yeah. He is more on the unhinged side. I think it's pretty inarguable that
Oh
like
yeah,
he
he
would have
let
just
a
killed
bunch
him
of
anyway,
people
but
die, like and become zombies. Like I think that's perfectly fine if they let him die. It's just like I don't know if they would be willing to like have our main characters, our heroes, do that, like let him die, or if they would be above that. It always depends with like the the director and what his morality in a situation like this is because it's always like completely arbitrary. So it
yeah.
goes from a movie to
Trying to
movie basis. There's like a universal like, oh yeah, no, letting this guy live is the right thing. No, killing him is the right thing.
Yeah. Rolling your dice. They gave him a chance and but it's one of those like the villain almost kills themselves kind of a things of,
Oh
it's
yeah,
just
he leaves him and then
yeah.
he tries to attack the dad. So it's just like, okay, well, you're dead.
So Nick and Anna walk out and you get Where Is the Light? Really good song by the way. This is one that I haven't listened to as much on the album, but man, it's a good somber song. Good like kind of final hoorah. And again, tonally wise, like I actually think this ending is kind of on point because you show John he the Christmas lights, he like turns those on his sweater and he's already a zombie at that point. And then like the last thing you see Tony do is looking at a picture of Anna on his phone, and it's like uh, as much as like a lot of the characters die in this movie, I do think there's like a hopeful turn to this ending. I feel like it's not just saying that like everyone is just going to die at the end. It's like I think they like are offering the characters a chance, but again there's that cue of like no such thing as a Hollywood ending, so it's like I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know. It feels very, very depressing to me.
I don't have too much to argue against. I just I don't know. It hit a little differently this time around. I feel like there's a little more hope they give you at the end, even if I would maybe not have killed as many of the characters and even none of them. You never know.
I
It
mean, for
depends on
the
what they
type
were
of
going for.
movie it is, because it is a musical, I was fully 100% expecting that the main cast would have all survived, and the people to die would have been like the principal and like the jock, fucking forgot his name,
Nick.
Nick. Yeah, like because of the way the movie was set up from the first act, it definitely kind of subverts that. Because Nick even becomes like a proper character, and the principal becomes like the villain of the movie, basically. But like from the way the movie was set up, it felt weird to end like that. I don't know. Maybe if this wasn't a musical, I may not have felt that way, but because it is a musical, I feel like it probably lends itself to be a bit more hopeful, and I didn't feel that. I don't know.
It's fair enough. Um, that's kind of the movie. Something I gotta mention that I had no idea of this. So apparently the idea for this movie came from a man named Ryan McHenry, and he made a short film called Zombie Musical, and it's on YouTube. I haven't seen it yet, but it's a very from what I have seen, it seems a lot like tonally bleaker than this movie. They seem to lean more into the zombie track than the musical track, even though that's like an intrinsic part. But that's why this movie happened, was because of him. And he was actually the director. He passed away. in the middle of this. He passed away from cancer,
Right, at the
27
end of the
years of
movie, there
age.
was like in the loving memory of, so I
Yeah. So he was one of the writers, like he worked with a co-writer, but like the idea for the story was from him and he was the director and then someone else came on. So that's why there's a direct commemoration to him because it's like it's so sad. Like he passed away 2 years before this movie came out, but I'm just like, man, amazing stuff. He poured his heart out into this story and it's an amazing idea. I'm like I would have loved to see what this man would have made later on because it's like this is really unique and good and special, and I'm just like, man, it's a you know dour note of ending, but I'm just like, man, considering this is what we got as a result of all that, I'm like, dude, rest in peace, rest in power.
yeah, I did not know that. Well, that does hit make the film hit a little bit harder. Um, yeah,
Yeah. That is pretty much the movie. That's all the songs in order, essentially the storyline. What's your favorite song on the album?
hmm. Which side are you on is a great one. Um, what's it called? Give them a show is also one of
Mhm.
my favorites. Hmm. What's the soldier one called? The
Soldier at War.
Soldier at War. That might also be
I'd
my
s
favorite. There are a lot of
I'd
good.
say Hollywood Ending and Soldier at War probably my favorites to, like, actually listen to, but that's
Uh-huh.
just like, looking at it, it's shocking how they're all essentially bangers. You can say what you
Yeah.
will about, like, the actual sequences, but the music in this movie is genuinely good. Genuinely good musical Christmas songs that,
Yeah.
are fun to listen to.
Yeah. I think maybe Soldier at War or which side are you on? Or the evil villain song. I forgot about that one. That was also phenomenal.
Nothing's gonna stop me now.
Yeah, that is all. Fuck, it's so hard to pick one. Okay, okay, definitive. Nothing's gonna stop me now. That's my favorite. To answer the question, I keep just mentioning other songs. Like I'm just gonna mention the entire fucking album. Like this is my answer. Nothing's gonna stop me now. My favorite song.
Fair enough. Yeah. I love this movie. We went through everything I mentioned already that we were gonna spoil everything. This I think this is a very solid Christmas movie. I wish more people knew about it and I wish it got more appreciation because the music's really good and it's like it's just very entertaining.
Yeah, I mean genuinely, really really entertaining. It's hard because like I was thinking, I even mentioned, I messaged you while I was watching the movie. It was like early on in the movie. I was like, man, this movie's so much fun, but I don't think the movie's like fun anymore because of the ending. It
Because of
doesn't
the
feel
ending.
fun. It feels bleak at the end. Like it feels like it starts fun and it just gets ends on a bleak note. Um,
Well, again, tying into Ryan McHenry's involvement, apparently the script they had written before was even bleaker than like the one that we actually got, and like they changed it like as later on as they went, and they said maybe like a part of it like was his passing away that like changed how they made the story,
uh,
but I. I don't know which way that might have swayed in terms of tone or even what he necessarily wanted to end the movie on, but
yeah, I
I get
think
it though. If for it to end the way it did, if it
yeah.
kind of sours the experience even just a little bit.
Yeah, it does. Because the thing is, I think it's such a fun movie to watch, but after I watched it, I was feeling depressed. It's like, man, really? That's the ending? So, like, it's hard because I don't feel like I want to rewatch it because of the ending, but it is so much fun for, like, most of it. I don't know. It's an interesting experience. I think I like the fun, upbeat, hopeful aspects of the movie more than the ending, and that's why the ending kind of left a sour note. Um, so I don't know how much I'd want to rewatch it, but I do think it's a very good movie. So yeah,
I feel you.
yeah. Um,
All right.
all right, it is my turn to recommend something. So,
That it is.
last night I spent a long time trying to think about what to recommend. I wrote down a list of movies because I always like
Uh,
think of like a bunch of movies, right? And the day we start recording, I was like, oh fuck, I forgot what movie I was gonna recommend. And then while you're talking, I'm just like browsing my lists on Letterboxd and IMDb to try to remember which one it was. This time I wrote down a few movies, so I'll have them for future reference. Uh,
Damn, this sounds elaborate. I have no idea what you got coming from me, Skye.
Yeah, I got some stuff coming for you. No, it's fine. Look, this movie, I've talked to you about it already, because it is made by arguably my favorite filmmaker. So I want to recommend Lucy in the Sky, made by Noah Hawley.
Ah.
It's a movie I've been interested to hear what you have to say about it, for a while, because you've watched Legion with me and you've seen Fargo, so you have an opinion
Yep.
on Noah Hawley,
Love.
and I love Legion more than life itself. So, and I really like this movie. I think it's really good, and I think it got a really weird reception by like the
It
media.
did.
People said it was awful garbage, and I don't see that at all. But maybe you won't like it, and I'll try to understand more why people don't like it. The only like exposure I've gotten to bad reviews is I've seen YMS's review of it, and I think his review is stupid. So
Well, I think barely anyone's watched that movie, and that
yeah.
was what it was for me. I saw the reviews. I was like, oh, I guess it's just a complete misfire for Noah Hawley. I'm like, oh well, maybe he doesn't work well with movies as well as he did with
Uh-huh.
TV. I just never gave it a chance. Is Natalie Portman the star of that one?
Yeah,
Actually,
she is. And there's John Hamm and then Stevens. Like, it's a good cast. Very good cast.
Hmm. I know nothing, so I love Noah Hawley, so.
You don't
All
love Noah
right.
Hawley like kind of love Noah Hawley. Come on.
No,
You can't
no, I
say
definitely don't. Yeah, that's true. I'm very critical of him, actually. I love Fargo season 1. How about that?
that.
Uh,
All right. Well, with that, more Noah Hawley. Yeah, this is only the second time I've mentioned Noah Hawley this entire podcast. So we did start the podcast talking about Legion, but still, I'm trying to keep my Noah Hawley on check. But yeah, so next week we're gonna be talking about Lucy in the Sky, by Noah Hawley, starring Natalie Portman. So yeah, thanks folks for watching. You should go watch Anna and the Apocalypse. Highly recommend.
that you should.
Yeah. All right. We'll catch you next week, folks. Bye bye.
Bye bye.